guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new here. Hi, my name is Rosie, and thank you so much for taking a moment out of your busy day to spend a few moments with me. So I've been organizing my craft studio and kind of shoring up some different systems that I have in place. One of the systems that I previously had, or that I currently have, wasn't working anymore, and that's my vinyl scraps. You know, when I first started, I didn't have very many vinyl scraps, so it really wasn't a big deal. What I did was I had one of these white photo boxes from Michaels, and I essentially just kept all of my scraps in here, which was fine for a little bit. You can see that I have quite a bit. The problem is that the more scraps I have, then what happens is, because they're curling, some of them were being creased. As well, when I got my Cricut Easy Press, I started working with iron-on vinyl, right? So how am I going to differentiate what kind I have? And now I'm starting to work with leather, right? So what I was doing is I kept all of my vinyl, like typical vinyl, in here, and then I was keeping my iron-on vinyl in this little baggie. And I'm thinking, you know what, that's all fine and good, but as you can tell, it is pretty full, so I needed a new system. So let me show you what I'm gonna do. I found in my stash, because if you know me, I am an organizational type OCD person, so I have organization containers like everywhere. And that's good, and I'm constantly kind of using something and then changing my mind, so I'm always going to my armoire where I keep all of my organizational containers, and I'm switching out. So I found these little kind of trays that I bought originally from Target. I did go up on their website just to see if they're still selling them, and I could not find them. However, if you like this after you've seen my video, check them out. Perhaps it's not on their site, or maybe it very well could be that I missed it, but you know, you may find them. In any case, these are larger. Let me just see if I can see how big they are. So we've got 12, I don't know, maybe about 16 inches, maybe something like that. You know what, let me do this. Let me tell you exactly what size they are. So let's see here. They are, yeah, I was right, 16 inches in width, and they are 6 inches deep. So they're a good size, and they're basically stackable trays, which is really, really nice. So originally when I went through my my studio, I only found 3, and I'm like, okay, Rosie, I know me, and I would never buy anything in an odd number. I usually buy several at first. I'm not one to buy just one, and I would never buy an odd number. Leave me a comment down below. Are you the same way? Like, is it weird for you to buy anything in an odd number? So what I did was I went through all of my house, and I'm like, okay, I know for a fact I would never buy only 3, and I ended up finding several more. So I ended up finding 6. 1 I'm using, so I have 5 that I am going to repurpose. So what I thought was, put these off to the side, what I thought was that I can use 1 tray for each type. And this may not work in the long run, but I think for now, I think it's going to work really well. So what I did was I went on to Cricut Design Space, and I typed out some different verbiage, and I had it cut out. And what I did was I cut out each type of vinyl in a different color. I don't know, I just thought that it would look really, really pretty with like kind of like a rainbow effect. So I have 1 for permanent vinyl scraps, one for foil iron-on vinyl scraps. I have one for removable vinyl scraps. I have one for plain iron-on vinyl scraps. And then one for faux leather vinyl scraps. Actually, it wouldn't be vinyl now, would it? That's okay. I'm not even going to worry about it. That is perfectly fine. So, I have all of my things already cut out. Let me grab a piece of transfer tape and we're going to get these placed on. Okay, I'm just looking through my stash to see before I go and cut a piece. Let's see. That may work. Okay, let's try that. Okay, so let's go ahead. I do need to clean these up, which I will do in a minute. Like I said, I was repurposing these. So, let's go ahead and cut myself a piece here. Let's see, right like that. Get a little bit bigger. Okay, get myself a nice piece of transfer tape. Perfect. And let me put this off to the side. Now let me grab one of my things, and I'm just going to trim this down just a little bit. Let's see, I'm going to trim that down on the edges. Okay, and that's fine. I think, well, let's see, I'm just going to trim it down just a little bit. Okay, let's go ahead and grab our transfer tape and get it placed on. Oh, that's perfect. Okay, I was worried. I thought it was going to be a little bit small, but it worked out perfectly. Okay, so let's go ahead and just burnish this really well. And I can reuse the same one over and over again. Okay, burnishing really, really well. I didn't do it ahead of time, but that's okay. I'm going to do it right here with you. Okay, let me do the back real quickly. Okay, and now I'm just going to trim off just a little bit here because I have some excess and I really don't need it. Okay, let's put this back, keep ourselves organized. Now let me grab my baby wipe because I definitely want to clean it. I'm going to take out 2. Okay, so already let's go ahead and take off the paper backing. Let's see. Okay, that doesn't want to stay down. Alright, there we go. Okay, this is a long one. Oh, I love the little hearts on this font. Oops, oops, okay. Okay, let's go ahead and get this placed on. Stand up here. I do need to somewhat hold it to see if I am straight. Before I place it down, I just want to make sure that it looks good. Let's see here. Oh, that looks good. Okay. Let me see. It is a little bit crooked here, but let's just see. Yep, that looks good. Okay. let's go ahead and just burnish this really well. Now, the one thing I think that's going to be a little different is, let me just see here, is that it's going to be weird to see if I can get them all to line up, but I will do my best. And in the long run, guys, it's not a huge deal, right? All right, so, okay, let's hold, just go slow. Oops, go slow, Rosie, go slow. Okay, there we go. Okay, this font is very delicate, so I definitely need to take my time. Don't be in a rush, Rosie. Oh my goodness, I need to give myself a good talking to. Okay. Okay, make sure this has, so that's good. I think with the block letters, it's not going to be as hard. And just as I say that, my little A wanted to come up. And there we go. Okay, doesn't that look nice? Oh, I love it. All right, let's go ahead and get to the next one. And I'll put this on fast forward so you don't have to listen to me talking to myself. Sorry about that, guys. Apparently my camera had shut off and I was just placing all of my vinyl on and didn't even realize. But here is the finished project. Didn't it come out so good? I was originally really concerned about the lining up, that some may be over here, some over here, but I think that the way I placed it in Cricut Design Space really helped because I did not move the words vinyl scrap and I always started at the same point, so I think that's why it actually all came exactly at the same started and stopped at the same spot, but I think it came out absolutely beautiful. I really enjoy, I'm really liking the different colors. I was gonna do all pink, but then I'm like, you know what, let's have some fun. Let's have some different color to it. So I think this came out really nice. Again, you can use your scraps to do this. You don't need an awful lot of vinyl to actually complete this project. So now I'm excited. I'm going to go ahead and place all my different types of vinyl in their respective spots. And now it'll be so much easier when I'm done with the project. I can just go to the right bin and I can place all of my scraps in there. Okay guys, so I wanted to show you super quickly how I have decided to kind of organize within each bin. So let me just pull the first one. Let me move these off to the side. And, okay. So after I created each of my, move these, after I created each one of my bins to hold a particular type of vinyl, I then thought to myself, all right, well, that's all fine and great, but, you know, when I pull my bin, right, I'm just going to have scraps again, kind of loosely, and then I'd have to kind of flip through and sort and say, okay, I need white, and I need it to be so long. Does that make sense? So I further decided to organize within each bin. So let me move this off to the side. So using my permanent vinyl, what I did was I created separate, let me turn them this way. I created separate little folders within each bin to hold the respective color, right? So I could just go to, say, my permanent vinyl bin, and then I can literally just pick my pink one if I'm looking for pink, and then I can just go in here and I can say, okay, these are all my pink, and I just kind of keep it all together just using a paper clip. But I thought that it would be really helpful, right, to not only organize by the type of vinyl, but then once I was in that particular bin, right, I needed to be able to locate the color that I needed really quickly. I don't like to spend a lot of time kind of fiddling around, if that makes sense. So I just took different colored cardstock, just did some scoring to create a folder, and then used that cardstock to represent the color of the vinyl that was held within. So what I did also is I just wrote down, you can use a label maker if you wanted to, I just did it in pen, and I just marked, you know, what is it? Is it permanent? Is it, you know, removable? Whatever it may be. And I did that only because, I mean, yeah, granted, these are going to be sitting inside of the permanent bin, but I may be pulling different, we'll say, folders for different projects, because I normally multitask and I'm working on multiple projects at once, and I needed to be able to again differentiate what it was that I had in my hand. So I will write permanent here. On the removables, I'll have the exact same thing. I'll have all of my colors, right? But if it's at my desk and I need to now, I'm done with my projects, I need to place them back in the bin, I want an easy way to say, okay, yeah, these are all permanent, or these are all removable, or these are all whatever. Does that make sense? So again, it's kind of thinking through and thinking to myself, how can I make it as easy as possible, as well as efficient as possible? Because when we're crafting, I don't know about you guys, leave me a comment down below and let me know, but I don't know about you guys, but wasting time is one of my pet peeves. I don't want to waste time looking for things, figuring out what type things are. Do you know what I mean? I don't like to waste time. That's my biggest pet peeve within my studio. Actually, really, in all of my home. So in any case, I thought that it might be beneficial for you to also see, well, you know, we did our bins, but now within each bin, how am I organizing there? Alright guys, well I really hope that you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please smash that like button. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And if you have, guys, thank you so, so much. Your support goes an awful long way in helping my little channel out. Alright guys, until the next time, stay safe, be kind, and keep it creative.